Did you all hear the Elon Musk video game meltdown?
Yes, I watched
That's
that.
pretty funny.
The breakdown of it.
Yeah.
Who did that video? I want to give them credit. I gotta find their names.
I should find out. I will look that up.
But yes, somebody, a couple of different YouTubers like broke down basically the fact that Elon Musk clearly pays a professional gamer to play Path of Exile 2 for him so that he can look like he's like one of the top ones in the world. Because then when Elon Musk was actually playing the game, he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. It's just like, it's so embarrassing. Can you imagine being that much of a fucking loser that you pay someone else just so you could brag about being good at Path of Exile 2 or like whatever fucking game? Like he was on Joe Rogan's show and I guess he was bragging about being the top in some other game. Like, no, you're not, you fucking
it was like
clown.
He said he was top 20 in Diablo 4, right?
This guy that apparently works all the time. He's such a hard worker that he has enough time to play games all day to be one of the top in the world.
Wow.
So the truth is he's 54 in Diablo 4 if he's actually been playing it. And the other part of the story is that for his ranking on Path of Exile 2, just for anyone who doesn't know, it's not a game that you can just suddenly become level 93 as if like that was something you did over the weekend. That's something you have to give up every element of your life. Like you cannot see friends, you can't have a relationship, you cannot leave the house, you have to poo in a diaper. Like you just have to grind 24/7 to be able to do that. And even then, even if you dedicated your life to it, it's very unlikely that you'll reach anywhere close to what he did. Like he's to get level 90, whatever it is, 97 in hardcore mode, as to I don't play that game, but to people who do, is just one of the hardest things in any video game ever. So it was very, very clear when he did his live stream, because not only did he not know how to move items into his inventory without dragging it manually, where everyone is like, oh my God, he's dragging it manually. Why would he do that? It takes so long, shit like that. He didn't know that half of the weapons he had like paid someone to get were the most like they're apparently the most like precious items anyone's ever seen someone else have and show their inventory of, like the actual gamers of that game, because he's like, it's not that impressive, I've got level 73 staff, not that great. And they're like, oh my God,
they're like, it's the best item in the game.
Yeah, that's like one of the greatest items in the entire game.
Because he looked at the requirement level and he said, oh, you have to be 62 or whatever to equip this, but that's irrelevant. What's relevant is the weapon itself. And yeah, so my husband is huge into Path of Exile, so he was explaining it to me because I'm a boomer and I don't play that. And it is so hilarious. I also watched that video from Quinn, I think is his name. It showed him running past, I think it was a Chaos Orb. Forgive me, Path of Exile players, because I don't know. And that's like really a rare thing in the game that you get. I think that Moist Critical said that he was playing for 9 hours and he encountered one in that entire time. So for Elon Musk to just run past that,
he's like collecting other stuff but ignoring that one.
Yeah, and what I love is that like you everyone is a newbie at first, but like he's been if he really is that good, he would know all of these things.
Yeah. It shows you how much unearned confidence he has, because for him to even risk playing that game on stream, like like for you to be that kind of person to not realize how easily people that know that game could spot that you're a phony. Like it kind of, for me, it's like a representation of his entire life. Like he has all this confidence, all this unearned confidence because of other people doing things for him. Like it's just incredible to get to this point, from the fact that he came from a very well-off family, to the fact that he hires people to do everything for him, to the fact that didn't he sue to get his name in Tesla or something? Like he didn't actually he took that company over, and then
that was built up for him too.
Yeah, that was built up for him too. Exactly. all his unearned success is wild.
But you can't buy respect. That's what it taught me.
I honestly think he loves this idea of, oh, he's a genius, and he kind of just wants to keep that up. You know what I mean? Because I was literally talking to my mom the other day. Oh my God, I was at her house with my whatever. It was so embarrassing because my mom's sitting there and she's like, geniuses like Elon Musk. And I was like, oh no. For some reason, with the Gen X and boomers, he's really been able to convince them that like he's a genius. That it just, did you guys actually, speaking of this, did you guys see his little star whatever thing, his explode in the air above the Caribbean?
No.
I saw the
Like,
video of
recently?
it. Like what was it?
Okay.
I didn't see it explode, but I saw it coming down. Like was it
Like
already
the shards
was it already
of
in
it?
space and it was like disintegrating over? Yeah.
From my understanding, and this is like what, his 7th or 8th, like I've lost count how many rockets he's
I've seen a lot of
exploded.
explosions. Yeah,
But
they're good at
it
that.
literally just happened today where it was exploding over the Caribbean. Hold on, let me find the clip.
As long as nobody died in that, I'm like super happy whenever I see one of his rockets explode. I get that it does environmental damage, but you know, fuck you, Elon. That's my feelings. Oh, I forgot about his. So he posted his character stats for his Elden Ring character as well, and
That's
it was so.
laughed at him.
You know, he actually played that game because his character did not make fucking sense. He was fat rolling, which you never. Oh, when is this from?
This is today. Here, else
Today, okay.
Yes, you found it. Okay, I was just about to send it.
It's honestly beautiful.
Whoa. Yeah, that
beautiful space junk coming in.
That would scare the fuck out of me if I was living there, though. I'd be like,
yeah, if you know what the fuck's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
I will say also it does create a lot of pollution. Like a lot of people have talked about the pollution that his explosions cause, especially this one's going over the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. I can't even imagine the amount of pollution they're gonna have to deal with after this, but he's also blown up a bunch of them. So
yeah,
more to come, possibly.
Oh, definitely more to come.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll explain fat rolling with Elden Ring really quick. Some people don't know. So if you play Elden Ring, you need to be able to roll because big monsters want to kill you, and the way you get out of that is you roll out of the way. I mean, you could use a shield. So you never want to fat roll. That means you have too much equipment in your inventory. You need to dump some of that. He was fat rolling, and he knew it was fat rolling, and his inventory had 2 shields, which arguably you don't need one. I don't use a shield when I play Elden Ring, but he had 2 shields. He had 3 different summons. You can only use one at a time. Just fucking nonsensical things. And I think that like when he shared that screenshot, he said something like, "Well, we'll remove some items if I need to not fat roll." It's like, motherfucker, you need to not fat roll. You're gonna get killed. What do you do? Like, how long have you been playing? Like, he clearly was playing that one. It's just insane. By the way, I had to show you this. So I don't know if you all saw Asmongold. He actually is
that's what I was getting to.
A PoE player. Yeah, and so Elon Musk saw that Asmongold made a video about him, took away his verification checkmark temporarily, brought it back, but then he unfollowed Asmongold. And then
but before that happened, they were DMing each other. I don't know if you know about that part. They
have
actually,
it right here.
Oh, okay. They go back and forth, and before he leaks the DMs, apparently Elon Musk was talking to him about potentially coming onto X, and Asmongold is like, I don't know if I'm going to come onto X. And then Asmongold, when he found out that he's cheating at PoE, which is just so obvious that he is, he made an offer publicly. If Elon Musk can prove, like in any capacity, that he actually made that character and leveled him up, then he will switch to X. He'll go off of YouTube, off of Twitch, and we're talking about a public offer that is worth millions, if not tens of millions of dollars. This is one of the world's biggest World of Warcraft streamers, leaving 2 of the biggest, like, the streaming networks to go onto his primary network, and all he has to do is prove that he's not a fake gamer, which is like a really easy offer. That's all it was to launch what you now see before you.
Yeah, Elon is denying it, which is amazing. And then this is the DM that he leaked. So to show you before, so he was attacking Asmongold saying, okay, so this person just says, I felt the need to add my unique perspective to Elon Musk drama around Path of Exile. Elon is denying this. He claims that he actually is that good. And then he says, Asmon behaves like a maverick, quote, independent, but in reality has to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything. He is not his own man. Now, the reason why he says that Asmongold is fake independent, as you're going to see, is because he has editors for his YouTube channel. So, I'm gonna see if my editor.
No, how are you covering this without me? How are you doing this without me?
Oh, you made it. Okay, perfect. We couldn't wait.
I didn't know you were in on this.
I bet he has some extra tea for us too.
Do you have more leaked DMs? Because Elon threatened to leak more. I was wondering if they had been leaked yet.
I mean, if he leaked this and it's this devastating for Asmongold, he can't survive another one. Finding out he has an editor, that's like career ending.
I heard you guys were talking about Elon Musk and Asmongold, and my spidey senses went off, and here I am. I just immediately show up.
Yeah,
I mean, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off. You're in charge here. Go ahead, Mike.
So Asmongold says, Well, thank you so much. I of course am doing an amazing job. So Asmongold says, I'm going to see if my editors might want to make a second account for it even. And then Elon responds saying, who are these mysterious editors? Like he's never heard of a YouTuber or streamer having editors. And then Asmongold explains, two guys, they basically run the entire YouTube account. So basically any content I post is edited or uploaded by them, and they just get a cut of the ad rev. It's super good. It's a super good system, to be honest. Almost everyone on YouTube doesn't. Now, again, I got to go back so you can see the way that Elon described that. Asmon behaves like a maverick independent, but in reality, he has to ask his boss, i.e. his editor, for permission before he can do anything.
He didn't know what a YouTube editor was.
He is not his own man. I mean, the level of embarrassment that I feel secondhand is just, it can't be overstated. Like, bro, what the fuck?
So sad. It's so sad.
It's embarrassing.
That I don't know how anybody that is like knowledgeable and follows into stuff like likes him anymore. Like at this point, especially the gamer stuff, because like he has a, you know, I'm sure he's an audience of like right wing gaming morons that like him. But after seeing this, that he's such a fucking phony, they can't possibly still think he's a genius.
I mean, I'm pretty sure, like based on how his reaction was, I'm pretty sure, like he thinks that video editors, or at least how Asmongold referred to them as just editors. I think Elon thought he was talking about like editorial editors, like editors as in like
a for a newspaper
has an editor. Yeah, because who in their right mind, if you know anything about how video editing works, thinks the video editor is the boss? But you do pitch and get assigned stories in the in the journalism.
Yeah, he thought editorials.
Based on what your editor.
Does he know what Asmongold does? That he's used, like does video?
That's
like,
some serious.
How fucking stupid is this
That's
man?
some serious. You're talking about a man that lives like a Neanderthal in his room and like lives, eats, breathes.
Who could afford to hunt Asmongold for sport?
Editor.
I saw a picture of Asmongold with a roach on his shirt.
No,
as someone who's worked in both professional filming worlds with back in the day, someone who does
I'm an editor.
Journalism, that's the only explanation I can possibly have, that he heard the word editor and instead of thinking video editor, he thought, because this is Elon Musk is in this phase of his life where everything to him is like politics and woke and journalists and the press out to get him. Like he is
he responded with mysterious.
Thinking
that was his response. Mysterious.
I was like, who are these mysterious editors?
Who are the mysterious editors?
No one would ever refer to a video editor that way.
I've got one more for you though.
Like so, even like professional film editors, like who like edit movies, they sit down with the director a lot of times, who's their boss really, and works out how the edits go. Like, yes, sometimes editors take their own creative control and do something with the footage that the director might not have had in mind. But at the end of the day, the director has the final say, or the studio has the final say, or the production company is the final say, not the editor. That's not how it works in journalism, though, where the editor looks over your work and edits and sends things back and asks for more information or to clarify things, or will decide not to publish. They're not the same, though.
It's insane. I've got one more for you. So in response to the allegation that Elon Musk is a fake gamer and not good at games from Asmongold, Elon Musk chimes in with a very powerful "no you." And said, this is Lance's screenshot here, so thank you, Lance. No other way to say this, but while Asmon is good at caustic commentary and making fun of people, he is not good at video games. Got him! Is this a 12-year-old? Are we really talking about a 50-year-old man?
I actually think Asmongold is not good at commentary. Wasn't his bread and butter that got him famous was that he actually was a good World of Warcraft
he's
player?
a WoW.
Yeah, that's why.
And he's good at WoW. That's it. Yeah.
His
but
commentary
I watched
is just
Asmongold.
His pathetic display of grifting after World of Warcraft fell out of popularity in the larger pop culture.
Politics.
But that was
I watched his stream about this though. He released another nugget of information. apparently the reason why he took Elon Musk took off his badge was that Asmongold DM'd him and said the line, "Don't you think you're flying a little too close to the sun by saying that you were level 97?" And that apparently was like the instigating incident. Yeah, where Elon did not like that. He didn't like the call out that hard. Where it's like, if you're, it's kind of like, you know, when like an authoritarian has an election and they win by like 99.9%, and you're like, that's not, you could have at least greased this a bit, you know, so people believe it. But why 97? Like that is just so mathematically impossibly hard to become. You could have actually made people believe you if you were like a humble 72. Then people would have been like, that's impressive, man. For you to run all these companies and be a 72, like, good for you. Like, not a lot of people could do that.
We were talking about it on the Majority Report earlier today, and I brought up, that's a really good point too, that he could have just had had his character built up to a lower level. I brought up how like he had to do like one of these, he had to be the greatest at one of these like notoriously hard games. Like he could have been one of the top. He could have had someone build up his account so he's like one of the top Fortnite players in the world. And it would be believable because Fortnite is a game where you could passively sort of play and get really good at really quickly. But no, he had to pick one of the games that like is well known for like, oh, you got to be hardcore into this to do this, because it strokes his ego. He can't just be the best at something. He has to be the best at the hardest, or the best at the best of something. Like,
but he doesn't actually have to be. He needs people to think that he is. Like, that's enough for him. He doesn't get actual satisfaction from doing it himself, but as long as people think he's that, it's just so. What a sad existence. What a fucking sad little pathetic piece of shit. Disgusting human being.
Guy. He's a deeply unhappy guy. I mean,
it's so insane.
All these guys are unhappy. All these guys are so miserable. You have to be. Like, I honestly cannot believe how much these people post online, period. Like, let's not even take what they're talking about. They are online and posting is incessantly I can't even, they have their own storylines now. I can't even keep up because I have a life, actually.
Yeah, I can't.
You have to be a deeply unhappy person to just be them in general. But then to also believe what they believe, you have to be the unhappiest of the unhappy. We're talking about the best of the best. You got to be the unhappiest of the unhappy.
Ian Miles Chong.
Oh, yeah. God.